It's the Jaden Show, and here's your host, Jaden Cornelius.
It's Sunday, and it's the Jaden Show, and I'm Jaden Cornelius. Welcome to this week's amazing show. Have we got a lovely show in store for you? When I say we, it's because my Carly Farley is here with me today. How are you doing? How's your week been? How's things? I can't believe it's already October. Like, what is going on? What's going on, Carly, huh? She can't believe it either, which means October is nearly Halloween, and then it's Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, and then it's Bonfire Night, and then it's Christmas. Anyway, how are you doing? How's things going? Like I said, it's going to be a really, really super lovely show for you today. We have got the most amazing young lady from United Kingdom. She's a trained opera singer. She does a bit of jazz. She does a bit of indie. She's an actress. She's in musicals. Draco is coming to join me now. So she's amazing. Her name is Bryony Purdue. And let's just watch her, B and TB, her brethren in it. And this song is called Teardrop. Carly's dad is making the hand clapping sound as well. Well, she's amazing. Let's go and meet her. Welcome, Bryony Purdue, this week's very special guest. Bryony Purdue, welcome to the Jaden Show. It's been so long, Sister Blister.
Hello, darling, on the Jaden Cornelius Show. What a place to be. How are you?
I always think of entertaining and actually doing it myself. I thought I might be my next guest.
You just get completely bipolar on it. If I do that, it's bipolar.
Yeah, if I do it, it's just because I'm just not right in the head anyway, normally. But I've been watching my shows, obviously, because I have to edit them. I was like, oh my God, if I weren't doing them, I'd actually be watching this. I've got some lovely people on my show at the moment.
Absolutely, yeah.
And following in that trend, I now have you on my show.
Well, you attract lovely people because you're lovely.
Ah, you're smooth. This is why we're friends, isn't it? How are you doing?
Yeah, pretty well. You've caught me on a good week. I've been incredibly busy since the whole lockdown thing alleviated here in London. And it's really
busy working, doing music.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been really lucky. So last year, first lockdown hit, and I got involved in composing a mini opera, and that weirdly went like Europe wide because this platform picked it up, and that was kind of cool. When I say opera, I mean a 6.5 minute piece of music about being trapped indoors, but it had a story.
Okay.
I mean, that was sort of the new medium for musicals. No one had any attention span, so keep it
Sweet.
So yeah, I've been really busy, and it's been nice to actually take stock and focus on writing and being at home. I think for the majority of it, I've had my moments of not enjoying it, but I think for the majority of it, I've been very lucky.
Yeah.
Have
you? How's it made you? Has it kind of inspired you to be more creative, or has it inspired you to be more of a homebody?
I think both, and I think creatively, what it's done is it's really distilled what I don't want to do.
Okay.
So I don't want to be in straight theatre acting. You know, if I'm on stage, I'm likely to be doing something musical on stage.
Okay.
So musicals or operetta or something like that. But what I really want to be doing is more TV and film in terms of acting. And musically, because there were no projects,
yeah,
you know, you weren't able to meet up, or there were, but they were all remote. It meant I just went all greedy and went, I'll do it all. And then I've worked out from that, coming out of it now that performances are coming back, what I actually do want to do. And it's interesting because it's more off the beaten track and indie than I would have beforehand thought, because I think you've found, you know, where you are, the more specific you are and the more you focus on what really makes you tick, the more it's going to resonate with other people anyway, even if it feels like it's a bit of a far cry from what people were expecting you to do. Yeah,
I mean, I've been talking to some other guests, like I think that the guest on a show a couple of weeks ago is phenomenal. He was part of the Canadian Tenors, phenomenal voice and man called Joey Niceforo. And we were basically talking about the fact that we spent so long pigeonholing ourselves into like, okay, we are classical crossover artists and we can only do anything that has a classical feel. And then I was like, but you know, I'm singing Nessun Dorma in a show, and while I'm singing Nessun Dorma, someone's coming up and going, do you know any Whitney? I'm like I'm doing Nessun Dorma and you want to dance with somebody? Like, what the hell? So I was like, actually, yeah, I do know some Whitney, and I really enjoyed being desperately eclectic with the things that Jaden loves to sing. And I think now we are quite lucky in the sense that everything is stripped away from us. Like, it doesn't matter if you've only been an opera singer or you've only been a straight actor or you've only been this. Now, because of the sheer fragility of the entertainment business, possibly for the rest of our lives now, because who knows what's in store pandemic-wise, COVID-wise for our future, then now it's like, do you know what? I am Jaden Cornelius, and I will do what Jaden Cornelius really loves to do. So if I want to do indie next week, and I will do that for another 2 years, great. And if I want to go back to opera or classical, And if I just want to become a clown and wear a green wig and paint my face, then I'll do that. But it's all Jaden Cornelius, so please support.
Exactly. And the classical, the coming from a classical perspective, coming from that training, as you know, we've both come from.
You were opera singer trained for, my God, nearly 10 years now, like 8, 9, 10 years.
And it takes that long to begin.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. So having that foundation, you then whack out some Whitney. People don't know what to do with themselves because you can do that. You're like, oh, this is breakfast compared to some of the stuff that classically you have to do. And it's a different vocal style, but the foundation, the training and the physical strength and preparation that you have to do and the health you have to take care of yourself, you really realise that. On the flip side, the snobbery around opera can really become too much, but it's you don't have to subscribe to if you don't want to, you know.
No, well, I think we've also seen how temporary life is. You know, everyone has known someone that has gone, if not more than one person. So I think really it's just about taking all that feeds you, edifies you, brings you love, continuously stirs your passion for your art, and just doing what the hell you want to do. Really.
Not comparing yourself. It's so hard when social media does what it does and algorithmically makes you feel worse to want to do more, to interact more on the platforms.
Completely, yeah.
So, and that's the business calling card for artists, for creators. So there's been this whole thing of content, not quality.
Mm-hmm.
Something that used to take you, 3 months with 3 band members, to like get together and make something that you were really proud of. That was really quick. That's a really quick turnaround to make something really excellent.
Yeah. But then you're
having to do 4 of those a week.
Yeah. But then you'll go and see someone on YouTube who's just doing it in a bra or topless, and they've got 4.5 million hits, and they've done it on their phone in 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that might be my last-ditch attempt. You never know. Darling,
I'm preparing. Got myself a little exercise bike so we can get me little pancita de taco a little bit more. In a showable fashion.
Oh my God. Pot belly sounds so much better in Spanish.
Don't
have one, but I like it.
But I was saying to like my friend as well on one of my past shows, it was like I'd sung this song and I'd really worked hard on it to sound good and everything. And I thought, right, I'll go and see who else has sung it. It was a Josh Groban track. And I was looking at, and I had like 4 hits, I think, something really silly. And there was this one guy who was stunningly handsome, like beautiful looking boy, topless, singing the same song. I mean, if there was one note that was in tune, he was bleeding lucky. But he had 2.5 million hits. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to. I mean, and I was going to the gym at the time, so I was all right. I was like, I really don't want to take my top off just so I can get more hits on YouTube. So now I'm like,
it doesn't. The other crazy thing is that, if you get like 2.5 million hits on something, there's someone who's got 10 billion.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it just actually becomes quite pointless. What you have to do is, as you say, just stick with what makes you tick and what makes you feel good. People will come to you. When you message saying, I'm doing this, will you come on it? It's so flippant. I'm allowed to swear. It's so flippant lovely. So fucking lovely because you're doing something that you want to do that feels good, and it's about connecting with people. And I actually don't care how cliche that sounds. It's exactly what it's about, and it's what it's all about. Over the last 1.5 years, we've realised.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like with the whole isolation thing, especially me living in Mexico, I'm like, oh my God, what do artists do with all those years of passion and the need to work and the need to express? Now we can do nothing. So that was number one. And on top of that, I was in a country where I wasn't really speaking to anyone.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh my God, and I need to talk, you understand? So I'm like, right, I am creating the Jaden Show, and I will talk once a week for half an hour to some poor person about their life, about their passions, and about their art. So it ticks every box for me.
It's another outlet for people to be able to. I feel like this sort of conversation, especially when it's formalized into being something which is then going to get aired, I think it distills how all of your guests will think about what they come on and talk about. I'm not planning what comes out of my mouth. I don't physically. I can't. It's all word vomit. But you revisit it and you go, oh no, that clarified something, that helped something. I feel I understand that bit of what I'm doing a bit better, because we don't have these conversations unless you've just started dating someone and you're trying to go, oh, I'm doing all these amazing things. You don't, that's the only situation in which that happens unless you're put in a conversation like this. So it's really useful for those of us.
Maybe it's Jaden therapy show or something. Maybe I should call it that. It's therapy for me. But no, the whole point of the show was I just want to chat to people and find out more about them. So there was no so which schools did you attend when you were younger, and how did you develop your top range? And it's like, I ain't interested in that. You're an amazing singer. My followers have just seen a video of yours where you look and you sound beautiful. They're going to end with another video of yours where you look and you sound beautiful. That's great. What about Bryony? What makes her tick? What floats her boat? That's what it is about, people just knowing who you are, about being real. I think that's,
that's it. Nail on the head. And that is this year. And I'm so sorry, my chair keeps squeaking. It is not me. If it squeaks.
Okay, don't talk and make it squeak. Go on. Oh, okay.
That was the desk now farted. Oh God, it's all good. None of this is.
It's like I've only got 17 fans, really. This is not going to go. Not too many people are going to hear this.
This is the one that goes fucking viral. No, you're so right. You're so right. The authenticity of it all, and it's like, I feel like it's a word that's been a bit worn out this year, but I also think it's a concept which people have really lost touch with, and the fact that people have started really waking up to the fact that the effect that we as human beings have being on planet Earth, and the crap that we do to make it, to just damage it all the time and to damage people around us without even meaning to, just because we're all in our little narcissistic bubbles, to then just take a minute and chat. It's magical. It's lovely.
Well, I'm so pleased that you said yes.
So it's just taking us to find a time that we can both do.
we have to do this like every third Wednesday or something. We won't even record it. We'll just therapy session. I'll bring in a cup of tea.
Next time, here's a not empty threat. Next time I'll come out and we'll do it in person in Mexico.
I'm holding you to that, sister. And all my 17 fans will be holding you to that as well. Now we have public proof now of this.
It's not an empty threat. It's not an empty threat.
Oh, cool. You're always welcome, darling. So, opera singing to your band, which is B&TB. Mm-hmm. How would you, if you had to pigeonhole that style, how would you?
B&TB is very much the luxury venue sort of jazz circuit.
Yeah.
And we do what we all love as a band is the sort of the stretch and pull of jazz that you can play around and it's never the same twice. Otherwise it can get very dull doing the same gig. Residencies and things, they can get dull if you don't sort of freshen them up. But what we add in is the occasional trip hop number, and people have started really wake up. Like people sitting eating their dinner and enjoying a foggy day in London town, and then they get a bit of teardrop, massive attack, and they start going ooh, and they do wake up, and it's we're doing more of it, and we're really noticing that actually it's getting us, again, do what you want, and it comes back to you. We're getting more gigs because of it, because it's just something that other bands that do jazz beautifully, arguably better. No, I'm joking. That they do the jazz so beautifully, but we offer something else just because we decided to do a couple of tracks that we thought were cool.
Bloody wonderful.
I know.
Bloody wonderful. Yeah, no, I love that.
Having your £98 duck pancakes at Park Shinmar in Mayfair. I'm not joking, they're 98 quid.
Oh my gosh.
It's a beautiful gig. That's my chair. I didn't fart.
that sounded nothing like the other ones. But anyway, we can only believe you. The colour of your face might say that you did have a little body burp.
That's such a cute way of putting it. I haven't had that since I was about 4.
Anyway, there's no judgment here. This is what we're saying. We're real. This is life, right? Who cares about body burps when we've all gone through COVID situations?
I love how much airtime this has got.
I see what you did. Even my dog likes it. Shut up!
This is a gas.
Okay, I think moving swiftly on. Yeah. Acting. You've been doing a few little things of late.
Yes, I actually sort of like, as I say, distilled over the last sort of year and a half what I really did and didn't want to do. And I did a couple of tours of musicals and theatre shows, and they're brilliant and they're wonderful and they hone your craft, but they are knackering. Mm-hmm. And comparatively, you know, they don't, the great thing about theatre is you're in the room and that's what happens and then it goes, it's disappeared, it's gone. Yeah. But I love that if you make something really great that's filmed and it's on screen, TV or film, then it's there forever. So I sort of decided to put a lot more energy into getting more TV work, and there is a series written by a wonderful man. The series is called Sections, and he works with ITV, and it's about teenage mental health, and it's not trying to glamorize it so that it's this, you know, the character I was playing was borderline personality disorder, which a staggering number of people actually have. They just don't realize. And it's not a big, shouty, loud disease. It's quietly insidious and makes it really hard to function well on a day-to-day basis around other people. And that sort of thing I think we can all relate to. We've all got elements of all the things, you know?
Absolutely.
So it was a really good thing to be involved in, and that should be released soon. And voice over on a film about a sort of dystopic Big Brother style TV show, and I was the house, or like the presenter.
Okay.
And I was in an American accent, so that was really fun. That was called Rhea, and I think it's been changed. The name of that's been changed to Overview or something. But it's on IMDb, so if anyone's interested in these things, you can find them online.
So if people are interested in how they can find all information about Bryony, where can I send them?
I had a wonderful website with all sorts of things on it, and I think the signposting was really difficult because I do so much. And so I took it down, and it's very, very much thinned back. So the place to look is to keep an eye on things on my Instagram at Life of Bryony. I keep that updated, and I am going to keep the website very deliberately simple because I'm planning to re-release my EP by the end of this year.
That'll be on Spotify, right?
Yes, all platforms. So it's going to be Bandcamp, Spotify, and I mean, talk about jumping around. I've written this EP like 5 years ago. It's really fantastically mastered and produced. Took it down to write some new music, come back to it and gone, no, this is really good. The producer that I'm working with now is like, that's actually really good. Should we just do that? I was like, yeah, let's do it. And one of the tracks means a lot because it was written about someone close to me who really a young man who really struggled with mental health. And it's about how overlooked young men are and all the problems that go on with women feeling insecure and unsafe. Let's stop saying that women are victims. Let's just like give men a space to be more vulnerable and to get that shit out in a healthy way instead of bottling it up and becoming aggressive. You know, it's on men to do that, and it's on everyone to bundle around men and make that not intimidating and make it the social norm.
Yeah.
Make it the social norm. So that one, Modern Man, would be I actually wrote to Grayson Perry to be in the music video because I love him. And he wrote me a postcard back saying, "Sounds great, B. Too busy."
Oh no.
So I might try him again.
Yes, they're still waiting.
Yeah, well, you're just waiting for it to be on bloody line. Then it needs to be on line. I can't hear it then. No, so I would suggest keeping an eye on my Instagram.
Yeah.
And once I've got my stuff released at the end of the year, then I can start injecting back into my site more of the have an actor page, have different tabs that you can follow. Mm-hmm. But it was really important to me that the original stuff that I have was clearly branded, and that be what my website was about, not about the million other things that I love to do because I just am greedy.
Or because you're ADHD?
All of the above.
Bryony, it's been bloody amazing to catch up with you. We're going to put links where I keep saying this way, right? And then when I go onto the when I do the editing, the words go this way, but now I can't remember if it's this way. So underneath here, you'll see like all the little links of Life of Bryony and where you can find Bryony Purdue and how they can follow you. What is your next step? Like, what is anything coming up immediately? or is it just kind of consolidating all the stuff you have to do and getting on with it?
I am in a musical next week.
That's pretty immediate.
And it's also another thing which we haven't even touched on, classical pop music and now musicals. Yes, I'm in a very rude rock and roll musical next week. It's at the Canal Cafe Theatre. I was on London Live this morning talking about it.
Wow.
And the residency in Mayfair, the band are unbelievable. B&TB stands for Bryony and the Brethren. And my brethren, they are unbelievable. They are incredibly kind and brilliant men. And the music that they make is unbelievable. So I would highly recommend coming down if you're in London to Mayfair, keeping an eye online if you're not in the UK. Come and say hello as well. You know, I'm not someone who'll be like, what? I'll probably be more like, hello, than you will. So just if you do fancy it, please do. And or you can hear me on this is another thing, the Warburtons advert with George Clooney.
Really?
Singing Ave Maria.
Really?
Gee, it's good to see you. Yes. That was the biggest thing lately that happened.
That's amazing.
I've been told I should do a release of it by so many lovely people.
Do it.
But again, the branding of my own music and the name being the same, it's complex. Because I think if you put out Ave Maria and then a bunch of pop music, people will be like, that can't be the right Bryony.
But I'm kind of, I kind of get that. But now I'm just thinking, do Bryony, mate. If you want to release Ave Maria and then you want to release Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini, just bloody do. You're going to sound like Bryony in everything you do. You're definitely going to look like Bryony in everything you do.
Yeah, I can't change that. Yeah.
So just be, just go with it and enjoy it. I'm only a classical crossover singer and I shall only sing classical crossover until I was like, well, actually not everyone wants classical crossover. And then an opportunity was to write reggaeton songs. So, oh my God, I'm going to do reggaeton. And I'm going to do a chat show. And it's all going to be just JCTV.
Yeah.
My music, all the little things that I do. I'm doing a thing called It's Duo O'Clock, because I'm now going to work with loads of different artists doing duets remotely like this, different styles, different songs from my YouTube. But I have a Facebook page called It's Duo O'Clock, and just doing loads of different types of music with different artists all over the world.
What are we doing?
Well, you're down on my list already, so you must have said yes.
Oh, good! I'm so glad I did, because that's exactly what I want to do. You know, God, this is the downside to being a complete yes man. Yes, absolutely.
What am I doing? Welcome to
Gladly, that would be amazing.
Yeah, no, it'd be great. So we'll have to work on something. So have a nice thinking. I'm doing a series of Disney duets as well with different artists. So I'm doing that. I'm so looking forward to that. I can show you the world. My
nostrils just went so big. I have been listening to you.
But there was no sound.
And I went, oh my God, put them away.
Only in that moment. I wasn't sure if it was a look of disgust or...
no, it was thrill. Absolute thrill.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm so sorry if I look like a bulldog sucking piss off a nettle. It wasn't.
No, it's bordering on Rick Mail, but I mean, I like the look. Kind of like that. Okay, well, you're down. You're down for both, sister. Disney and It's 2 o'clock. What time is it? It's 2 o'clock. That's going to be my little catchphrase on JCTV.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's shit. But anyway, I'm enjoying it. I'm too old now to care. I'm just doing everything. Listen, life is really pretty challenging. So I've got to do everything that I just had fun doing now.
Yeah.
And if it involves working with amazing artists that I find inspiring and that I just feel, I mean, like even doing this show, like I was talking to a guy called Warren Ham, phenomenal flautist, saxophonist, singer. He I don't know if you've seen the episode. It's on my YouTube at the moment. If you haven't, why haven't you? But anyway,
I've been researching and looking up to do that.
He's amazing. He was like, I think he's toured with like Donna Summer, and then he was on some tour and with Bread, I think, and Cher and her friend came backstage and said, how much would it cost to sign you for my band now? And so they signed him to the band now. And then he's toured with Ringo Starr and the All-Stars and Toto. And I met him when he was touring with Olivia Newton-John. And this guy is just a legend. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm in my little studio in the jungles of Mexico, speaking to the most amazing people, Joey Nicefero, ex-member of the Canadian Tenors, ex-member of Destino. I don't know if you've heard of Destino.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is Jaden. This is because you attract good people because you yourself are, and you're also fantastically talented. So it feels so nice to be asked by someone who all of these people that you rate, we rate you. Like your eyes just did something very strange.
I'm like,
you're not very good at accepting compliments. So
no,
I
kind of.
But I really could blow smoke up your ass till the end of time.
Thank you. I need more of this in my life. I'll go through my mental health. Actually, it's really quite interesting because I've actually dealt with severe mental health for my whole entire life. And even more so in the last few years, actually, it's been very difficult. So I'm really pleased that there are more people that have an awareness of guys and mental health. I've come off of 3 years of antidepressants and probably, and I wouldn't say that I'm functioning better. I don't think it's changed my depression at all. But I constantly make an effort and I make plans in order to acknowledge my mental health problems, my depression, and to do as much as I can to bring beauty and loveliness into my day. Because then when I moan, I'm only moaning about that particular moment because I've got an interview tomorrow and I'm so excited. Rather than moaning for 3 months because this is it, life is super shit.
Yeah.
I now make sure that I bring things into my life that edify me and that I find, beauty in and stuff like that. And that's, and so it's really, really great. Not only that I have the ability to be able to do this show, but the fact that, people like you are making it more aware of kind of how guys go through mental health, because it is really,
I also think
it breaks down the masculinity part of it. Right.
Yeah, and I really think that as a woman, I'm very pissed off with men. I think that they can get it really, really wrong, and I am in no way, shape, or form, a man hater or anything like that. But if something's wrong, or if someone's pissing you off, you have to ask. Mm-hmm. Well, that must come from somewhere, and it tends to be 90% of the time. If someone is being unpleasant, 90% of the time it's because of insecurities and bad experiences that they've been through. Yeah, so if you can't relate 100%. To that, then you are no better than the person that's being an asshole.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
But you do have the onus is on you to say what you accept and what you reject within your reality. Absolutely. So someone can be being an arsehole and you can say, look, I wish you love and light, man. I can't deal with this. I have to be honest and selfish about how I roll. But not even 99%, 100% of everything negative comes from fear. Fear of everything. 100%. So,
you've done a really good thing by choosing to spend the majority of your time around animals, because you then don't have to feed off that.
Animals are pure. They are the best teachers. And I've really, in the last 5 years of having my little sanctuary with, 20 animals, just watching them, they're phenomenal. There ain't no discrimination. The white cat is not saying, the black cat's coming up the street. You might need to, put your hands in your pockets or hide your purse or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing there's no discrimination. The love, I work with animals as well as I have animals. So, when you take the dog back to its parent, I've never seen joy like that. And it's only been away for 45 minutes. I'm surprised the hips haven't dislocated, how intense that boy is wagging his tail. But you're just like, oh my God, why aren't we like that when we see the neighbour, then we see our friend, and, we're just like, well, she hasn't called me for 6 months now. We went to have tea on Thursday, but she never came round. And it's like, oh my God, you came round at last. We should all be wagging our tails on a constant basis.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, they are, it's complete, innocent, pure love. That's what animals bring, and they are the best teachers. My motto is, where there are people, there are problems.
Oh, yes.
So I tend to...
If you've got parents, you've got problems. Because parents are wonderful. Oh, my God.
Problematical. Well, because you have expectations and responsibilities.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, it's absolutely not their fault. It's just that's how nature works.
Yeah, absolutely. So now animals all the way, darling.
Oh, yeah.
And, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to you come meet I've got my little foxy face, and I've got 2 legs. Oh, little boy. So yeah, he'll be very excited to meet you. You'll have to meet you in the garden because he'll get so excited he'll pee probably. So I have to hold him and put his face.
So will I.
Before we go, I want to do a quick fire round with you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to throw out two words. You tell me which one resonates with you in that moment. You can say pass, but I won't know. I'm in an R-ring. Oh, well, maybe it's this, but possibly that. So whatever word resonates in that moment, or pass. Are you ready for your quick fire?
I'm ready for my quick fire.
YouTube or TikTok?
YouTube.
Cats or dogs?
Cat.
Text or voice message?
Voice message.
Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings?
Harry Potter.
Mornings or night?
Night.
Haagen-Dazs or Ben and Jerry's?
Ben and Jerry's.
Pajamas or naked?
Naked.
Freddie Mercury or Jaden Cornelius?
Jaden Cornelius.
Every single guest has chosen me. I'm so blessed.
And also, I'm so nervous. I have to say it so fast that you really don't have time. Imagine if I said pass.
Yeah, the show would have been edited to nothing. And Bryony was going to star on today's show, but she couldn't turn up. She was too busy with wind problems.
No, she didn't turn up.
Bryony, it's always amazing to see you. Let's not leave it 12 years.
Agreed, absolutely agreed. And it does feel like we picked up exactly where we left off. It's so
Yeah,
lovely.
pretty much. It's bloody amazing. You are beautiful. You are desperately talented. I love you to pieces, and I cannot wait for you to come out and play in Mexico. And we can do sing-song together.
Entirely reciprocated, darling man.
That would be amazing. And please come back on the show again and let us know what's going on when you have new projects up and running, when your website is finished, when your Spotify is up and running. Come back and let's chat again.
Absolutely. Lovely, because it's changing all the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
The beauty of it. Big love, darling.
Back at you, sister. Lots of love. See you soon. Bye, hon. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to have to say sorry. It's really hard when I spend so much of my time trying to understand and translate Spanish. Sometimes I just can't think of words quick enough in English to get them into the conversation quick enough. So there's a few times in the interview where I was just like, I know what I'm trying to say, but I can't think of the word to say it in English or in Spanish. So I do apologise for my stumbling in that particular interview. How amazing is Bryony? Such a beautiful human being, such a talented lady, and you'll be hearing a lot more from her on future shows, I am sure. And with all upcoming projects of all of our artists, we'll keep seeing. Done it then. With all of our artists, I shall keep you informed. En serio, mi amor. Such a glamorous lifestyle. I have a sneezing pit bull on my lap. But yes, I shall keep you informed of anything up and coming of all of the artists that have been on the Jaden Show. When things exciting happen, I'm going to tell you. You'll hear about it on here as well. Anyway, time is time. Got things to do where you need to be fed. My baby girl. Well, I'm going to go and feed this young one. And then we're going to have more cuddles. And then I will see you again this time next week, Sunday, for the Jaden Show. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Please stay safe. Please stay beautiful. Stay beautiful. Stay awesome. Catch up with you soon. See you later, kid. Bye-bye.
Des yeux qui font baisser les miens, un rire qui se perd sous sa bouche. Voilà le portrait sans retouche de l'homme auquel j'appartiens. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en